Give it up for Joe Kelly and Unchained, legends right there. Give it up for Car and PlebLab and everybody that made startups. All right, so let's get it started. Who am I? A lot of you guys know me. My name's Jim Carucci, and I'm founder and CEO of CASCDR, and I want to talk to you today about this new frontier we're building on with Bitcoin and AI at the center of this new internet paradigm. Now, if you say you're looking at this, why the space theme? If you're AI and Bitcoin, what the hell does that have to do with space? And I promise I'm not just being cringe, that there's an analogy here, so let's dive in. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy didn't just challenge us to reach the moon. He set a goal so ambitious that it reshaped technology, industry, and imagination itself. But here's the thing. The real breakthroughs weren't on the lunar surface. They were back here on Earth. The space race forced us to invent technologies that changed everyday life. Technologies such as satellites, GPS that we rely on every day, memory foam, advanced medical imaging, microprocessors, which are in pretty much everything, and my personal favorite, cordless power tools. These inventions were brought forth much faster thanks to the challenge the president issued on that day in 1961. In a similar fashion at CASCDR, we're pursuing a very ambitious goal with just as many game-changing, innovative offshoots along the way. I'm talking about the idea of the machine-payable web. We're building the foundation for it. Imagine a future where AI-powered agents specialize in particular tasks or fields, such as coding, research, booking flights, economics, translation. Then these specialized agents transact autonomously using decentralized systems like Bitcoin and common protocols. Imagine a world where digital agents negotiate, pay, and deliver services across platforms without human intervention. Before I go further, let me briefly explain what is the core building block of the machine-payable web, and that's the agent. Agent has become a buzzword, but what does it really mean? An agent is this concept that you can take a large language model and its superb ability to understand language, make it the core of a more comprehensive system. By giving it tools such as the ability to search the web, use translation services, perform Bitcoin micropayments, you can give it superpowers. Due to the superb flexibility of LLMs, the agent will figure out at runtime the appropriate tool to use. And without explicit instructions, agents can adapt, overcome challenges, and even collaborate to take advantage of one another's specialties and create productivity and value. That sounds a bit abstract. Let's illustrate with a brief example. Suppose you have a personal assistant that's like your daily driver. So this is an agent that helps you manage your business contacts, your calls, your calendar, your time. Since you use it often, it knows a good amount about your preferences. But suppose an opportunity comes up like going to Bitcoin 2025. You need to manage all the hassle of the logistics and travel, and it's not well equipped for that. So what does it do? It hires another agent that specializes in travel booking by using Bitcoin and Lightning as the common glue that holds it together. Passes off the necessary information, and that booking agent is able to come back with the perfect solution that meets your preferences. It's a very straightforward example, but you could extrapolate that out to many specialties, subspecialties, and other tasks, and you get the picture of the benefits of this new internet paradigm. You're getting the benefit of an economy of bots that are specialized, developed by different teams and different vendors that can collaborate with Bitcoin micropayments as the glue that holds this mosaic together. I'm not sure if it fully hits home, but this is the type of change we're talking about that would completely reshape the internet itself and probably culture and society around us. This would be about as big a change as the first internet revolutions and about as ambitious as trying to go to the moon and trying to change all this. At CASCDR, we pursue this Herculean task of the future of the internet as we put Bitcoin and AI at the center of this new world. We do these things not because they are easy, but because they are hard. But what are the challenges we face as we pursue this new internet paradigm? First, so there's three challenges. The first is technical, and the other two are more market-based. The first is agent reliability. AI systems must consistently select the right tools and execute the tasks with near perfect accuracy in order to achieve full automation. Many of you have probably used LLMs, and you probably realize they're not 100% accurate. And what an agent really is an LLM running many times in series to produce a result. As this graphic demonstrates, even with 99.9% accuracy, If your process is complex enough and it has about 100 steps, that means your failure rate is about 10%, just simply not acceptable for many applications. So that's one big challenge. The second challenge we have is we need agent specialization and widespread proliferation. For this future to play out, there has to be a rich ecosystem of third-party agents with unique skills that create value and comparative advantage when they work together. This creates the highly desirable conditions that make collaborating between third-party teams beneficial. Agents are so nascent that we're still seeing these things develop, and this is currently in process, but it's not fully formed yet. So that's a second challenge we face. And last but not least, in order to achieve this future, businesses have to have incentives for interoperability. We think that embracing Bitcoin and open systems, such as open source, make that collaboration much easier. But at the same time, we have to understand that humans are irrational. As Joe pointed out, not everyone understands that Bitcoin's the best saving technology that's ever been invented. So it will take time for people to do that. People are irrational, and they're going to pursue monopolistic ends until they get burnt. So in the meantime, when we look at this as CASCDR as a small startup, what do we notice about what these have in common? The truth is that we don't have direct control over these. And at CASCDR, we're about controlling what's within our reach, seizing opportunities that are right in front of us, and frankly, we're just about winning and just continuing to go. So we've been focused on seizing these opportunities with 3 core strategies in order to prepare for the inevitable future of the machine payable web. What that requires is 3 things. The first is a radical focus on modularity. We've created all these building blocks, some of which you see here, and some of which are not even on here. And these aren't just building blocks. They're deep operational knowledge about the ins and outs of how they work, and that's in the DNA of our company. With this modular approach, it allows us to move much faster and create value as we find opportunities. And it also future-proofs us for the inevitable future of the machine payable web. Next up, we have bringing time to value for as much as possible. So we are Bitcoiners, and we understand the world can only remain ignorant of Bitcoin for so long. We build fast and get to the point of stacking sats as fast as possible. And lastly, we pursue opportunities in high-margin applications. So I'll get into that in the next few slides. Can you repeat that? We pursue opportunities in high-margin applications. So let's dig into some wins that we actually got from this bold vision of the machine payable web. So first up, we have our product. This is Clara AI. This is the first time I'm talking about it publicly. The backstory is interesting. A defense attorney came to us with a problem. He had a case come across his desk that was bilingual, as can often be the case here in Texas. But the problem was that translation is pricey and time intensive for legal applications. The options were either to shell out 5 figures or for only a few hours, or not do the translation at all. And at first, I'll confess, as a Bitcoiner, I looked at this and said, contract with the local government, not really my style. But I reframed it in my head and I said, you know what? This is about transparency. This is about justice. This is about saving the taxpayer tens of thousands of dollars. This is about upholding somebody's Sixth Amendment right to a fair trial. So I'm it. We developed a very straightforward solution that allows legal professionals to upload a file, have it analyzed, reviewed in real time with subtitles and search, even export it to a court admissible document. We reduced the cost by 80% and brought the service well within reach, massively improving transparency and fairness in that case. Our modular approach has paid off in spades here. We need an aggressive 3-week turnaround time, and we went to our bag of tools and made a typical 6 to 8 week project go faster in 1.5 weeks. We've been paid out for the pilot contract. We're now approved vendors in Travis County. We're now working out deals with more defense attorneys in the area that bring the massive cost savings and convenience to them. And it's, as I said earlier, it's a high margin application. So it's an incredible win for us. In the coming year, we'll be expanding our network of defense attorneys. We're already a little ahead of schedule, and we think it's achievable to do 2 to 3x growth, 3 consecutive quarters in caseload and volume. So that means we're going to get to that magic number of 21. Woo! So changing gears, next big win for CASCDR, pull that up, Jamie.ai. This project came from the heart. I know a lot of the great podcasters and solopreneurs in Bitcoin, and they want to get that growth. They want to get into the company of Joe Rogans out there. So I want to take my AI knowledge and figure out what would it be like to have your own AI version of young Jamie from Joe Rogan. Let's pull that up. Jamie was Orn. We'll pull that up. Jamie, you can do podcasts and do deep search, listen to, share, and even clip podcasts virtually instantly. I don't know if this is going to play.
But no, fair. Actually, let me pull it up. What's sitting here if you guys are Steam versus US?
Okay, so we got some inception here. That was Car on Stacker News Live. Using pull that up, Jamie. So pull that up, Jamie. Use the clip to make pull that up, Jamie. And and so what you're hearing is Car using the search functionality to find critical info in real time. So we have the podcast search aspect, where we thought Jamie wouldn't be complete without the ability to search the web for critical deets and summarize them in real time. So it's like it's a perplexity like experience there, but it's open source and private. So once again, we were able to take this radical modular design approach and our hyper focus on great UX to create a great experience to pull that up Jamie.ai. Pull that up Jamie.ai makes content discovery intuitive, makes research easy and private, and it makes the creation of promotional content a breeze. Which brings us to our big announcement today. We're launching Jamie Pro. Woo! Jamie Pro creates the way for podcasts and entrepreneurs to hit another gear with AI and automation and get that growth to become the next Joe Rogan. With the agent automatically identifies, sends high signal clips to the podcasters via email right when an episode drops. The conversational input allows them to tweak Jamie's results to their precise liking, just like an employee, by a fraction of the cost. Users of Jamie Pro get their podcast indexed and searchable for the internal team and fans alike. And finally, integrations make it easy to create and post content about the clips. Make what would normally be a hours-long project take just a few seconds. Jamie Pro incorporates all the latest in AI and automation to make help a podcaster grow their brand from solopreneur to the next Joe Rogan. In the coming months, we plan to scale Jamie Pro significantly. We're once again well ahead of schedule, and we're hoping to get to 36 to 50 clients by the end of the year.
What's the y-axis? Is that
y-axis? That's number of new clients per quarter. So wrapping up, just as the space race forced us to invent radically advanced technology, our pursuit of the machine payable web is bringing forth game-changing innovation with products like Pull That Up, Jamie and Clara, alongside our repertoire of building blocks that make future challenges much easier to tackle. At CASCDR, we're not just preparing for the future, we're shaping it. We aim to build Bitcoin into the very fabric of the internet itself, thereby guaranteeing the bounties of this revolutionary freedom technology for generations to come. So that's it for us. These are some links here. If you're a podcaster, so if you're just a just casual user, go to pull that up Jamie.ai. If you're a podcast aficionado, if you're a podcaster, we want to meet with you. Here's a QR code here. If you're interested in Clara, I don't know if there are any lawyers here, but if anybody's at home, scan the QR. This is the intro call. And angels and VCs, if you like what you heard, you want to invest, we want to be with you. If you like Bitcoin, state-of-the-art AI, if you like winning, that's what we're all about at CASCDR. Let's talk about how we can win together at CASCDR. That's all for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Jay.